big game tomorrow night, FA Cup first round replay at York City. We come into this one with our unbeaten streak coming to an end Saturday at Darlington. Obviously, I'm sure you've watched the game back. What are your thoughts now, 48 hours on?
Disappointed. You get to look at it in more detail. Purely disappointed about the manner of 3 goals against. Fairly satisfied with everything else, with chances created, with some of the build-up pictures, sort of the stuff we measure ourselves on. Just a real absence of, like, I talked about principles on Saturday, but really, really poor goals against. And given that isn't something we've sort of made a habit, that's where it really, really stings. And to have conceded 3 goals, first one an own goal, second one poor defending from initially a set play, but then it feels too easy for the ball to go in the net, and the third one is a really poor corner, twice failed to deal with it, and the ball's in the back of your net. However, I'll be speaking to the players to sort of try and encourage them to use it as a reference point in the season, as when we make those type of mistakes, we will be punished at this level of football. In the same way, it brings to an end a really, really positive run of results, clean sheets, positive performances. It's important to not get carried away when you're on a really good run. We certainly don't. The mission we're on is to try and be in the top 7 come the end of the season. We aren't trying to keep pace with the team at the top of the league. Of course you always want to, but if we're going to be measured as the benchmark, we are going to fall short. The aim for us first is, can we be in them top 7 playoff positions, and then can you jostle for a position in there with any of the rewards that come with that. So we aren't really looking at chasing down those teams at the top of the league. There's a points target where if we can win 2 of the next 3 games in the league, we'll be there or thereabouts with that points target over the first 18 games. That's pleasing, given a difficult start, but the games are going to come thick and fast in the league. So once we move beyond the FA Cup fixture on Tuesday night, there needs to be a real focus on getting those wins, because those 3 games of reference will all come within 7 days, and we certainly need to be better, more tuned in, and more true to our standards and principles than we were on Saturday.
Something you touched on there, obviously it's a busy period coming up, Saturday, Tuesday. How have preparations been coming off the back of a long away trip on the weekend and into tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's tough, and I think the nature of the replay, even with it being 10 days after the initial game, obviously we won't see the players, haven't seen the players since Saturday. We'll sort of meet up again Tuesday afternoon ahead of the game. When you compare that to a full-time side in York who will have been on a training pitch, probably will have been able to get some stuff into the players physically, and probably been able to prep for us. That's challenging, but that is the challenge, and that's what we're excited about. We recognise what a massive, massive task is ahead of us. It was an enormous challenge to go to Hartlepool. It was a real tough ask to have York in the first place, to have forced them to a replay, for them to have to line up against us one more time with a real prize at stake is exciting. So we won't fear it. We'll enjoy the shoe being on the other foot of being the home team here. The dynamic is that we want to really take the game to the opposition. We're away from home against the side in the division above in the competition proper of the FA Cup. What we've achieved so far, magnificent. Real rewards, some great moments along the way. We have, for me, the toughest test so far. I think this is the toughest ask for us to go away, and like I say, it's a York side that we shouldn't be getting within 3 goals of, but we found a way to be as competitive as we were over 90 minutes last time out, and you never know. We've got a team that I back for the big occasion and back for the upset, and they've shown that certainly in the 2 fixtures against higher level opposition. Tomorrow night we'll be able to cause an upset, big reward that we're all aware of. We want that for the football club, we want that for our fans, for everyone involved, but only the best version of ourselves, as I've said previously, can make us even competitive. So for us to, have a 3rd fixture against the National League side, to remain unbeaten, to progress in the competition, surely not, but, well, write us off at your peril.
A massive fixture tomorrow night, backed by what's going to be another massive away following. I think 700 plus Chester fans. It's that extra incentive, isn't it? Not that they need it, but the players and the staff, they all know what it means to the fan base, and it'll be a fantastic occasion for the supporters, won't it?
Use the word incentive, and I think there's massive incentives for football clubs at our level in the FA Cup, and you always feel around this football club there's a real emotion, a real passion and a real commitment to the FA Cup. And then in recent years where perhaps there haven't been the rewards and there's been disappointments, you really feel that, and I've felt that around the place. Last year we came close, we did okay, we surpassed the target and couldn't quite go any further. This year we've hit the competition proper for the first time in like you say, 9 or 10 years. We now are one win away from, we know it's going to be a televised game. The rewards for us will matter more than the financial rewards for York are completely irrelevant. For us, they're massive. For us, the prize money on offer, the television money, another gate, the chance to compete is enormous, and it changes the dynamic of a football club that are competing in the middle of the Conference North financially. To be able to turn that round and having won that money on the pitch is enormous. But it's the memories, the moments, the experiences that matters to our fans. And what we've always said in the FA Cup is when it matters the way it does to our supporters, and therefore matters so much to the club, it will be everything to us. On a personal note, I know what it means. I know this place better than most, and I am well aware of the opportunity that lies ahead of us tomorrow night. What you will see is a Chester side giving absolutely everything to be in the second round of the FA Cup for a million different reasons, but mainly because it's what everyone wants. But I've been clear in the previous rounds, we can't do it without, like you say, that's a phenomenal backing on a Tuesday night. I think there aren't many other clubs around this level and the level above that can pull that level of support on a Tuesday night for a replay at 10 days notice. We will need them tomorrow. Their backing, they were fantastic on Saturday, the reception they gave the players after a difficult afternoon's work. We'll need them tomorrow, and we will need everyone. That is the players on the pitch, the group on the bench, those in the stand, and those supporters. We've got a real mad belief that we can do this. It's based on nothing, it's based on no expectation, it's just based on the belief that when we are together and we've got that group and what they've done for this football club, they might be able to do something special one more time.